The 2013 budget makes room for more police officers and customer satisfaction, a new initiative for customer service. That and more next on City Talk. Hello everyone, welcome to City Talk. I'm Thermice Bevelle. The Atlanta City Council approved and Mayor Kasim Reed signed off on a $542 million fiscal year budget. The legislation includes funding for 41 additional police officers. This will help the city meet its goal of having 2,000 officers on the force. The 2013 budget also includes investments in youth and economic development. Even though revenues are expected to be at a 10-year low, the budget is able to boost cash reserves to more than $110 million. Funding for the arts will be double what it was last year. This increase comes as a study finds that Atlanta's arts and cultural industry has more than a $300 million economic impact on the city. Mayor Reed and a host of dignitaries got a first look at the engines that will run the Atlanta streetcar. Siemens employees, Federal Transit administrators, MARTA, and the Downtown Improvement District were treated to a tour of the Alpharetta facility where the engines will be built. The Alpha traction drive boasts a quiet operation and 40% less energy consumption and emissions. MARTA General Manager Beverly Scott says the streetcar project has a positive effect on the entire region.
What is really happening is that there are people that are in our region and in our area who literally are benefiting from the fact, from an economic development standpoint, jobs creation, from the investment that's taking place in terms of the streetcar.
MARTA will operate the streetcar. New bicycle facilities and pedestrian enhancements will also be part of the larger project. The Sweet Auburn District is on the list of America's 11 most endangered historic places. Auburn Avenue is the area where Dr. King was born, where the Southern Christian Leadership Conference started, and where the black community thrived under Jim Crow laws. In 1957, Fortune magazine dubbed Auburn Avenue's commercial district the richest Negro street in the world. Central Atlanta Progress hopes developers will fund new projects along that corridor. The group is working with investors who would put capital into the 2.6-mile route.
We want to take advantage of the streetcar investment that will bring over $100 million in new transportation modes for this area.
The area was also put on the list of endangered historic places in 1992, and that led to revitalization. The Year Boulevard initiative continues in the Bedford Pine community. Council members Kwanzaa Hall and Michael Bunn cut the ribbon for office space donated to the police department and other city and county agencies.
The Restorative Justice Board will be housed here. First Step Staffing will have a location to offer jobs, and many other social service agencies.
Councilmember Hall, through his efforts, has brought all of those factions together, along with council members like myself who support him in this effort to change what is really a main thoroughfare through Atlanta.
The additional space was donated by Wingate Management. After the ribbon cutting, they toured the new home for Operation Peace Summer Camp. 100 kids from the Bedford Pine community are participating in this year's camp. Residents joined Councilman Ivory Lee Young Jr. for his quarterly town hall meeting where constituents received progress reports on current plans and initiatives under consideration. The group also talked about ways to improve delivery of services, and they discussed how to enhance the quality of life in District 3 communities. The open forum gave constituents a chance to speak with top city personnel about a number of concerns. The town hall meeting was an opportunity to bring city departments to the community in an effort to share information about important city issues. The City of Atlanta launched a new initiative aimed at improving customer service for both residents and visitors. City employees started training on the new program, which includes a Customer Service Bill of Rights, the first of its kind for the city. The Bill of Rights outlines 6 goals as a benchmark for customer satisfaction. They include the right to courtesy treatment, the right to know who you're dealing with, the right to have your question or complaint heard, the right to easy access, the right to responsive service, and the right to fair service delivery.
I think we need to be cognizant at all times that we are in a service position to the City of Atlanta, and our behavior should demonstrate that.
A new 311 call center connects residents and visitors to all city services with the exception of public safety. The program is part of the city's goal to provide excellent customer service, and it will go live at the end of 2013. Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport receives another award. Air Cargo Week, a magazine which focuses on the air cargo industry, gave Atlanta the distinction of Airport of the Year. This is the third time Hartsfield-Jackson has won the award. The airport got high marks for efficiency, low operating costs, and lack of curfews. Hartsfield-Jackson also makes for a great cargo destination with its proximity to 3 major interstates that connect to 79% of the nation's largest cities. Some of the land at Chastain Park is overgrown with kudzu. Trees Atlanta and the Chastain Park Conservancy came up with a unique way to rid the park of the invasive plant.
It's early morning and these sheep and some goats are ready for breakfast.
Can you talk to them? Can you say that?
This herd of furry friends are happy to eat and greet. Once that's done, the sheep will get to the real reason why they are here at the Chastain Park Conservancy.
The sheep are here to work.
Bethany Clark is with Trees Atlanta.
We plant the trees, but we also try to keep the forest healthy. What we're doing today is trying to keep the forest healthy by getting rid of an invasive exotic plant called kudzu. And we've hired some sheep to do it for us.
Trees Atlanta is partners with the Chastain Park Conservancy in hiring these 4-legged natural mowers to eat away the kudzu and English ivy in Chastain Park.
It smothers trees. It can, as it climbs up a tree, it can block the leaves of vital sunlight, which prevent the tree from engaging in what's called photosynthesis.
District 8 City Council member Yolanda Adrian was on hand at Chastain Park for breakfast with the sheep.
Chastain is an enormous park, and it's a regional park. It's really one of our crown jewels. This is another great example of us partnering with Trees Atlanta and doing something that's super great for both the park, and it's educational, it's environmentally friendly.
Environmentally friendly because these natural mowers are helping to minimize the use of herbicides that are normally used to rid the forest of kudzu.
This herd of sheep can eat about 150 square feet of kudzu a day. And it's good for them because it's good, kudzu is a legume. So a lot of protein, a lot of starch for the sheep. They like it, and they munch it right on up.
The sheep and goats will migrate to Freedom Park and Candler Park to eat the plants in those areas once their work is done at Chastain. Trees Atlanta will employ the sheep labor for the next 6 months. Ben Hill residents teamed up with Councilwoman Keisha Bottoms for a community cleanup. They spent the day picking up trash and debris to help beautify that area. District 11 constituents are striving for a cleaner, safer Atlanta. Bottoms says it's great to see everybody help improve the community.
It's a chance for neighbors to get to know one another, to work side by side and to put faces with names. And we all know that safe communities are all about neighbor interaction and neighbors looking out for one another.
Many of the people live in the community. Many of the members of my church are not per se members of the community or live in the community, but they come into the community. So at any point in time that people come in, it's very important to make sure that you play a part of ownership.
Cleanup crews were proud of the progress they made, and no one shied away from the hot weather. Councilmember Aaron Watson kicked off the 2012 Live Smarter, Live Better season with a bike ride in East Atlanta. Cyclists started at Cohen Park and rode through Edgewood, Kirkwood, and Eastlake. On the 8-mile loop, riders explored various residential and commercial spots in District 5. Living Smarter includes bike rides, reading, making better environmental choices, and eating healthy. Throughout the summer and into the fall, Watson has great things going on around the city. He wants Atlanta to be a greener, healthier, and physically active place to live and work. His initiative encourages Atlantans of all ages to embrace healthy eating habits, exercise, and eco-friendly practices. A bike shop in South Atlanta is repairing more than just broken bike chains and fixing leaky tires. CityTalk's Troy Danicus explains.
This is the left pedal, so the thread is reversed.
Oh, yeah.
Neighborhood kids gather at a small bicycle shop in South Atlanta on a Wednesday afternoon.
There you go. Awesome.
Owner Andre Sijo moved into the neighborhood several years ago and came up with a unique way to rebuild a community that revolves around fixing bicycles. He began by approaching some of the kids he saw every day hanging out on the corners.
I invited them, told them what we're doing, and they were excited. So they showed up kind of apprehensive because we were behind the building. We were not inside because there was no space.
It was the kind of humble beginning you would expect to find in a story. Andre and his small cadre of bicycle repairmen spent afternoons repairing bikes subject to the changing seasons. The more the kids work at the shop, the more points they earn. If they earn enough points, they get a bike. But there's more to it than that.
At the end of the process, they earned that bike. So it wasn't a handout. Dignity is very important to us, and we want to recognize that dignity in the kids and help them recognize it.
Andre believes that true charity isn't a system of handouts, but teaching people to be self-reliant and self-sufficient. He teaches the kids that they have something of value to offer the world.
I know that they are capable. It is very important for me to irradiate that belief in them. Shana, why don't you come here and show her how to do it? So I know you can do it.
For the kids, working at the shop is better than the alternative.
It's better being here than out there because it's like you get in trouble during the day after school, but you won't get in trouble during the day when you're here.
Members of the community who believed in Andre's vision began donating materials, money, and space to help the small bike shop grow. Before long, the shop expanded into the building.
You had a storefront here. All of a sudden, now you had something that you were proud of. Now you had something that was kind of an icon, a rally point for the kids in the community that were involved here.
Two of the young men who began this journey with Andre 2 years ago say the shop isn't just a place to learn how to fix bikes, but a place to learn how to fix their lives and their community.
This is my first ever real job in my life. It makes me feel like I got a responsibility. It's not a coincidence that this happened, so it had to be for a reason.
It made me have another place to go than just go on the street every day. So instead, I started to clean up my life, and I came to the bike shop. Andre showed me that there's not just one way to live. There's many.
When members of the APD's Community Liaison Unit heard of the work Andre was doing at the shop, they volunteered some of their time to help out. Officer Alicia Turner, who now works with the Police Athletic League, says the shop allows the neighborhood to see the police as partners, not adversaries.
I have a little boy that happens to be my success story right here. He didn't like the police at all when I came along, and then it wasn't too long that, he was one of my good friends.
And the lessons Andre teaches at the South Atlanta Bike Shop are paying dividends.
I know one thing, part of my life is kids. I already see that. I'm getting to that point that I kind of know what I want to do. Being a leader to kids.
For City Talk, I'm Troy Danicus.
To learn more about the bike shop or how to help, visit them at southatlantabikeshop.org or call 678-80-CYCLE. Police officers around the state joined with Krispy Kreme to raise money and awareness for Georgia's Special Olympics athletes. The officers are part of the Georgia Law Enforcement Torch Run. APD officers spent an entire weekend collecting donations at the Krispy Kreme on Ponce de Leon Avenue. Members of APD's Community Liaison Unit used the fundraiser to inform people about the city's Smart 911 program.
It helps first responders help you better. Let's say if you have a child in your home, you can take a picture and upload it to the website, and if your child is missing, when you dial 911, his picture will come up.
Any information uploaded to Smart 911 can also be pulled up by first responders in cities across the country. To learn more about the program and how to sign up, visit smart911.com. Atlanta Fire Rescue recently held its 5th annual open house at stations across the city. The open house at Fire Station 13 featured a DJ, free food, and a bouncy house for kids. Open houses are a way for residents to get to know their local fire stations and the folks who operate them. It also gives firefighters and medics a chance to educate the community on fire safety and prevention. Fire Chief Kelvin Cochran even joined some of his staff, residents, and Councilmember Archibong for a line dance. Councilmember Felicia Moore partnered with Atlanta Public Safety for a jazz concert in Grove Park. Residents brought blankets, picnic baskets, and folding chairs for a day of smooth jazz. The concert featured an afternoon of great music by Gabby McGee, Julie Dexter, and Oscar Shepard and the Edwin Williams Trio. The concert was produced by the Office of Cultural Affairs. Councilman Michael Bond honored Dr. Robert Franklin for his contributions to the community. Franklin is the 10th president of Morehouse College. He has a long and distinguished academic career and has received numerous awards and honors for his work in the field of theology. Dr. Franklin has authored several books and can be heard on National Public Radio's All Things Considered. A collection of historic photos by Boyd Lewis Jr. will be on display in the City Hall atrium. Lewis is a white photographer and journalist who worked with Black-owned newspapers. The week-long exhibit, sponsored by council members Bond, Hall, and Martin, featured key figures from the 1970s who helped shape Atlanta. Lewis captured images of Jesse Hill, Herman Russell, Jimmy Carter, Hosea Williams, Julian Bond, Vernon Jordan, Andrew Young, Ralph Abernathy, Joseph Lowry, and Maynard Jackson. Others show significant places like downtown Atlanta, Summer Hill, Cabbagetown, and Piedmont Park. Boyd Lewis plans to donate some of his photos to the Atlanta Center for Civil and Human Rights. Councilmember Yolanda Adrian was among some of Atlanta's leading businesswomen who participated in Camp CEO. 30 Metro Atlanta female executives were matched with Girl Scouts to create mentor teams. The 4 days of camping gave the girls insight into successful leadership. The Scouts were enthusiastic about the lessons they learned.
My experience has been a lot of fun, and I met a lot of new people and learned a lot of new things from all the different CEOs. And I picked up a lot of tips about college and budgeting and money and financial stuff, really.
After you leave camp, you feel so inspired about the future because you know that these young women are ready to step into the world and lead the way in so many fields. 2012 marks the 100th anniversary of the Girl Scouts. More than 50 million girls have participated in the Girl Scout movement. Councilwoman Cleta Winslow was installed as president of the Georgia Municipal Association's District 3 Central Region. The association is a nonprofit organization that offers legislative advocacy, training, and technical consulting services to its members. As a region president, Winslow will help the organization provide leadership and services to assist local governments in becoming more innovative, effective, and responsive. Winslow represents Council District 4 and has garnered praise for her efforts to revitalize the neighborhoods in that district. To keep up with Atlanta city government, tune in to ATL 26. City Channel 26 is your window to City Hall, and you can always email us, send your questions or comments to citytalk@atlantanga.gov. The City of Atlanta has online services available to make doing business with the city a little easier. On our website, you can pay water bills, municipal court citations, parking tickets, and apply for permits. Atlanta's list of online services will continue to grow as the city strives to identify more opportunities to provide access to government services via the internet. For a full list of online services, visit our website at atlantanga.gov. Atlanta kicked off its Summer of Service Learning program. The partnership between Atlanta Workforce Development Agency and Camp Best Friends educates young people about meaningful community service. The teens are trained to become community leaders and mentors to younger kids. Channel 26 caught up with the group as they rehearsed a few skits about health and nutrition and bullying. Program manager Corliss Davenport says it's important for the younger kids to see the teenagers as leaders and mentors.
The younger youth sometimes are not as receptive to, say, teachers explaining what that is or looking at a video, but can understand it when it's up close and personal with youth that are closer to their age and even those that they know that are from their same community.
Another part of the summer program includes getting the teens ready for life after high school by helping them get into college or by teaching them effective techniques to get the jobs they want. Mayor Reed joined other city officials and business leaders on the fairways of the Piedmont Driving Club. They were out on the course for the 15th annual Mayor's Cup Golf Tournament. The yearly outing supports Atlanta Workforce Development's efforts to help Atlanta teens go to college.
The participants really like to come out here and play. It's an exciting golf course. It's very challenging. It's wonderful. and everybody's trying to get that first place trophy.
Atlanta Workforce Development was able to exceed its goal of raising $125,000. They collected $6,000 for mulligans. The winner of the 15th Annual Mayor's Cup, the team from Bank of America. Thank you for watching City Talk. I'm Thermice Bevelle.